Starting. You are live. Okay. Bullets, phone, keys. Oh, who just arrived? Doesn't show anything. 3 watching. I'm getting famous. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna go get my drinks and I'll come back in like 5 minutes. So just get all your paper ready. See you soon. Guess who's back? This event is proudly sponsored by Red Bull. Okay, so you got 11, 13 people now. Guess we're just gonna wait until 2. Because I mean, the more people are doing the voting, the better it be for everybody. Because we'll be sure that the answer that we're gonna choose is the correct one. So I prepared the pool for 2015, and maybe tonight, if we have time, we can do the pool for 2014. Ta-da. And if anybody has question, I think there's like a chat on the side. I don't know if you can see it. Or maybe I have to turn it on. Let me check. If you can use the chat on the side, just type something so I know it's working. Enable chat, enable slow mode. Yep, should be working. Nope, not working. Hello. Oh yeah, it's working. Good. So yeah, because what we're gonna do, I'm gonna send you a link of the poll. So every time we go through a question, it will pop up, and then you just vote. And then I'll tell you what's the majority, which answer people choose. And if there's like a 50-50, maybe we can start to discuss about why we think A is the correct answer or B. Because the purpose of this is to find out if our answer is really different for most people. Because I mean, I don't know all the correct answer. Might be wrong. So if there's like a 50-50, it doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means that we should look into our notes and try to figure out if we really believe what we choose is the correct answer. So it's not really about telling who's right or who's wrong. It's just about helping each other. Okay, just gonna send you the link for the pool. So here's the link of the pool. If everybody got that? Yeah? Yes, maybe? Perhaps? 2015. Reset. Okay. Mm-hmm. 16 people watching. Okay, 2 o'clock. Maybe we're just gonna start now. Anyway, if you want to go back to this, you can. I will be on my page after. Okay. I'll wait a sec. Just gonna check that I've gave you the right link. Okay, just gonna put it again. Oh, actually that was a wrong line. Like you guys fast, huh? I didn't even show the question yet. So I think we're just gonna go quickly on all of them, and then if I can see that there's like a 50-50, we can talk about it. So okay, question 1. Aluminum foil insulation has time to vote. And make sure that everybody votes, huh? I can see how many of you voted. So I don't know who, but I know the numbers. So I'm just gonna wait like 30 seconds or so, just to make sure that everyone can vote. And I'm just gonna tell you what's the percentage. So, and then after that you can just mark, okay, which one is the most. Maybe I should get a timer. Uh, 2 seconds. Let's say 30 seconds. I think that should be enough for everybody to vote. Okay, stop voting. So for this question, most 57% selected A. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next question. Oops, stop. It's not this one. Next. Okay, time to vote. Hey, Twitter. Click on the link. Normally you should have a pool that's gonna pop up, so I can know who voted. I didn't put the timer. Okay, for question number 2, most people, 88%, selected D. Okay, next question. Indirect evaporative cooling. Ooh. Okay, this one is a bit tight. There's like a 50% from question from answer A and D. So it can be applied for indoor space during summer in all climate. And D can only be applied for indoor space in hot, dry climate. My personal answer was A. I didn't choose D because indirect evaporative cooling, because normally for hot dry what they recommend is to use the direct evaporative cooling, because you want to get the air humidify, and usually the indirect is when you don't want the interior to be too humid. So that's why I choose A. But then again, I might be wrong, but it's just to let you know there's a 50-50 split, like between all the 18 of us who voted. So it's either A or D. So what you can do is to just do some more research on that question, and then you can choose which one you really want to. Okay, next question. Oops. Doesn't work. Come on. Okay, next question. Which of the following passive control? Okay, so for this one, most people selected C, mass effect with night ventilation, and which I think is correct. I voted C as well, because when it's under heat, just mean it's cold, and night ventilation is used to cool the structure, and we don't want that. We want to keep the place as warm as possible. So yeah, I think the answer is C. Next question. Okay, well, right now everybody just said it's answer D, which I think is correct. Local winter monthly mean climate data. Because, yeah, it just say winter thermal zone, so I guess it will be winter here. Next question. So it's about the stack effect. Okay, so for this one, most people choose answer A, sufficient indoor airspeed, and there's a few who choose air temperature. I personally choose A, because from the note I think they were saying about typical house, it's like one story, and usually the stack effect it's from the bottom going to the top, and they said that because it's one story, there's not enough height to create the air exchange that's need to be done in order to get the stack effect. So because there's not enough speed, so that's why I choose A. Next question. For an Auckland brick vinyl house, wall insulation material are located at the internal surface of the wall and not located at the external surface, because okay, for this one, there's a 50-50 between answer A, building thermal design is for temporary heating, and C, it increased the R value for the house envelope. My answer was C. I don't know how we can discuss, because now I think there's 7 people who say A, 5 say B, and 8 who say C. So well, I'm not sure which one is right, but then maybe that's a question where you can look into your notes and just check to confirm that your answer is correct. But but yeah, I think for me increase the R value, because that's why you don't put it outside, because normally first the insulation would be not protected. And I think for brick insulation they were saying that if you leave the air gap, that's what increased the R value. It retards the heat transfer. I think that's why I took C. But yeah, just do some more research yourself tonight. But yeah, so next question. Small ratio building surface and building volume is not suitable for Okay, well, for this one, there's unanimous. It's answer D, tropical climate, because yeah, in tropical climate you want to really extend the plan to get more ventilation. So yep, answer D. Next question. In a hot, humid climate, walls of a house are. Okay, for this one, most people, like 90%, voted for C. Less important than any other climate condition for indoor thermal comfort. Because yeah, in hot, humid, what you want is to have a lot of natural ventilation. So you have a house with a lot of windows, and for hot, humid, usually the most important is the roof to get the shading from the sun. Okay, now question 10. 3 type of insulation for building thermal design. That's about type, huh? Not about brand. Oh. Okay, for this one, most people, like 100%, selected answer D, reflective, resistive, and capacitive insulation. Next question. I need to take note as well. Where is it? Where's my thing? Okay, so for this one, most people have answered C, higher temperature and lower relative humidity. My personal answer was A. My reasoning was that in winter, what you want is to have like a comfortable, like warm environment, even if it goes to a lower temperature. So like if it's usually 8 to 12, so that's like the normal comfort zone. But then I want to add like solar passive heating so that it stay warm even if it's going to 2 degrees. That was my reasoning. So to expand the local winter thermal comfort to a lower zone, because I don't think it's required to get it up to a higher temperature because it's winter. What you want is it to get it to be warmer. But yeah, I mean that's my answer. So a lot of people choose C. If you think it's correct, you might be right. So it's just about discussing and see what other people think. But from the pool, 5 people said A, 1 said B, and 12 said C. So it's up to you to choose which one is correct. Okay, next question. Oops. Best roof thermal design for hot humid. And yeah, I know that right now we're not really talking about our answers because I'm the one who can talk. So maybe tonight we can have a Google Hangout so everybody can just say what they want. So for this one, most people selected D, limit daytime solar heat through the roof structure and promote heat loss. And that's the answer I choose as well. Because like there was a question similar at the top. in hot, humid climate, like number 9. So that's why I think it's D. Okay, next. Indoor thermal comfort are not directly related to this is question 13. Okay, so for this one, most people, like 45%, voted for D, indoor absolute humidity. 5 people voted for A. I voted for D, indoor absolute humidity, because I think all the other one will actually affect the interior temperature. But yeah, well, that's my answer. Hey Aziza, how are you? If you could click the link on the top, you'll get a pool, so you can answer your question there. So yep. And next question. Okay, so for this one, a lot of people choose A, lower temperature. I choose D. It was the same reasoning as I had before, because for me, the thermal comfort zone is to try to keep the interior cool, even when it's getting hotter. So that's why I choose D, to expand, because I don't know if you remember the graph. It's just like a rectangle. So like the more it goes to the right, the more that comfort zone expand to a higher temperature. So even if it's like 20 and then it goes to 40, it might still be comfortable. So that's why I choose D. But most people on this one choose A, lower temperature. So it's up to you to decide which one you think is correct. Can the air movement draw moisture away from skin, so also higher relative humidity? I'm not really sure if it's your sweat would be enough to change the whole humidity of the room. Because usually when you use like it's like the direct evaporative cooling, they use like water or a pond to create the moisture. So yeah, I'm not really sure, Liam. So that's a question that you guys can do more research on, just to be sure. Okay, let's just go to the other question. A deep plan indoor space in a building is what did I wrote for this one? Okay, so for this question, most people answered A, not good for natural ventilation. Um, for this question, I actually wasn't sure what a deep plan actually mean, because I thought it was like elongated, like really rectangular, quite long. But actually, we found out that it's actually when the length of the building is higher than the height, I think. So, yeah. Because my reasoning was that a deep plane might be actually good for natural ventilation depending on where you put your window. Because if it's like a rectangle and you put them on the side, the distance between the two long wall will be actually shorter. So you could have windows there. So I think my answer for this one was actually D. Good for direct solar heating. Because my thinking was that if it's a long plan, maybe you could put some like a solar panel or something like that. But yeah, most people, 15 of you, have selected A. Not good for natural ventilation. And yeah, I'm the only one who chose D. So I might be wrong. So 16. And don't forget, if you have some questions, just write them in the chat and I'll see if I can answer them. And yeah, when you read those type of questions, make sure that you read them correctly. And this one is not suitable. Okay, so most people answer A, hot humid climate, which I think is right. Some of you answered B, hot dry climate. Actually, the compact cuboid form, it's usually suitable for hot dry, because you want the building to be close together so they create some shading for the other building. So that's why in this case, because of the not suitable, it's answer A. Okay, next question. The optimal ratio to surface to volume of a below ground space is closely related to Yeah, for this question, I couldn't really find the answer in the notes. I don't think they were talking about any below ground stuff. Okay. So for this one, we have, I think 16 people voted. So there's 7 people who said B, internal air temperature and external air temperature. 5 selected C, and 4 selected D. My answer was D, internal air temperature and surrounding soil temperature. I think it's either C or D, because if it's talking about below ground space, I think the soil temperature is important. And because usually when we study this is to control the indoor temperature, not the exterior one, so that's why I said interior air temperature and soil temperature. So my answer was D. But like I said, 7 people choose B and 5 choose C. Next question. The total black surface of a house envelope is Okay. Okay, so for this one, most people selected D. Not good for any climate condition. Yeah, that's my answer as well. I don't think black is good for anything. Because even if it's for cold climate. Because I know some people say good for cold because they usually black it absorbs the heat, so keeps the heat. But I think from the note that said usually, yeah, no, black is not really that good. I think if you wanted to trap the heat, it's mostly by using the mass effect, so by having a material that's quite thick that will absorb slowly the temperature. So I'm just going to tell you the pool. So 5 people choose A, 4 choose B, and 10 choose D. Okay, next question. The most important factor for a direct passive solar heating design is... Okay, so for this one, most people, 15 of you, selected D, building orientation, which I think is correct. Now 17 of you. So yeah, I think building orientation is always the most important for getting the sun. Okay, next question. So it's about parks. Is it better to have small ones or big ones? Okay, we have a winner. I think on this one, most people selected D for all climate condition. And I think it's in the lecture. I think Ben talked about this. They were saying that if the park is too big, might just get overheated. So it's always better to just have small ones. So it's D. Next question. Narrow, curve, and zigzag streets are... I got a close competition now. Okay. So it's between C and D. 8 people choose D. Not good for any climate condition. 7 people choose C. Good for hot, dry climate. I'd choose C. Like I said earlier, I think for hot, dry, it's better to get buildings that are close to each other, like a really compact urban fabric, just so you can have shading. And I think I think there's the diagram about the wind, so you could trap the air between the buildings and have the really strong wind going on top of the roof. So that's why I think I choose to have narrow, curvy streets. But yeah, for this one, 9 people choose C and 8 people choose D. I think it's in the notes, so you should have a look at it just to be sure. Next question. The courtyard of a house in a hot, dry climate. Okay, this one's close again. 7 people choose A, can provide shading and cross ventilation. 10 people selected B, shading and outdoor living. There's more people selection still voting, but yeah, the majority choose B, which I think, which is my answer as well, because I think in hot dry climate what you want is to have a plant that's looking inward, just so you get protected from the wind and the dust. So that's why you don't actually have any outdoor living space outside. So that's what they have, a courtyard, so they can do stuff inside while being protected. But yeah, there's like a 50-50 between A and B. So we just need to check if it's cross ventilation or outdoor living. Next, the veranda of a tropical house. Okay, we have a clear winner. This one, most people answered C, can provide shading and increase cross ventilation. Next question. Outdoor living space in a house is okay, so for this one, the majority of people choose D, good for hot, dry, and tropical climate. A few people took important for all climate. My answer was D. I don't think it's important for all, because you don't need actually an outdoor living space in cold climate, because it's too cold, too windy. I think people would stay inside rather to go outside. But yeah, it's important for hot, dry, and tropical, because that's when it's hot. So just want to get some fresh air. So yeah, so for this one, 13 people choose D and 5 people choose A. But I think it's D. Next question. Votes. Okay, so for this one, most people selected B, can reduce fluctuation of winter indoor air temperature, which I think is right. Yeah, 17 of us selected B. Next. Okay, so we finished part A. Now I'm gonna skip to part D, because I think lighting and acoustic, it's more about memorizing all the definition and remember the name of the different halls and example. So I'm just gonna skip to part D. So precast concrete composite floor is, yeah, so I switched the I for 1, 2. Actually on this one there's no number 3, so Okay, so for this one, most people selected answer 2. Precast plank use a permanent shuttering. Actually, I don't even know because I haven't really looked at that lecture yet, but I initially selected 1, but it seems that I'm wrong. Like, a lot of people choose 16, and I don't think that many people will be wrong. So yeah, most people choose number 2. Next question. Ultra performance concrete. What did I answer for this one? I choose. Okay, so for this one, most people, like everybody, choose answer 1, 30 millimeter thick. Answer 1. Okay, next question. State thickness of the CLT. Okay, so for this one, most people selected number 1, 75 millimeters. 18 of us. Next question. Ooh, yeah, this one I didn't know, so hopefully I can find an answer from you guys. Okay, still voting. Okay, so for this one, most people, 11 of us, have selected answer 2 to provide fire protection to the CLT structure. 6 of us have selected number 1. That one actually I'm not sure which one is right or wrong. Initially put 1, but then it might be for the fire protection, so that's something that we need to check. Okay, but yeah, most people took number 2 for this one. Next question. Okay, well, Hanu just told us it's number 2. She looked it up online, and I think, yeah, it'll be reasonable for it for fire protection. So for number 8, name the district council. Most people choose number 1, Keikura District Council, and yep, I think it's right, Keikura. Next, the highest quantity of water used in production of materials is not really sure on this one too. Yeah, just like I said before, this is just to know what other people think is the right answer. Until we get marked, we don't know which one is which. So it's just about finding where there might be uncertainty, and then you can have a look in the note for yourself. Hey Tal, you can just send. If you want to vote, you can click on the link in the chat, in the YouTube chat. There should be a link at the top, and then a window will pop up with all the quiz, so you can vote there. Okay, so for this one, number 9, most people, 10 people, selected precast concrete, and 7 selected structural steel. I choose concrete. Yeah. Because I think I didn't see anything about steel using too much water, so that's why I choose concrete. But yeah. Okay, so it's like 50-50% between steel and concrete. So I just need to make more research about that just to be sure. Next question. This one's easy. I think there was a drawing. It didn't actually say the answer, but if you read the labels, you could see the thickness of the roof. Anurag. Oh, I'm just gonna repost the link of the pool. So if you just arrive, you can just click on that link. You will see the question popping up, and then that's where you can vote. Hey guys, just click on the link. Okay, so for this question, most people answer number 2, 300 mil, which I think is correct. Number 2, 300. Next question. The manufacturing of cement release carbon dioxide. I think there was no. Okay, everybody selected number 2, 1.25, and yeah, I think it's correct. That should be in the notes. So yeah, number 2. Next, which of the following has been identified by economist? Okay. Okay, so for this one, most people, 15 of us, have chosen number 3, all consumption, and I think it's right as well. Next question. Yeah, wait for this one. High quality example. Okay, so for this one, most of us, 12, have selected number 2, Marsh House. And I think that was the example that was in the note, because I think the Bowman Quarter was more for the townhouses, like terrace housing, so it's for like a high density buildings. So I think in this case, it's for Marsh House. individual house. So yeah, number 2. Okay, next question. Housing designer refer to which of the following as the first variable for housing? Cool, that's a question I wanted the answer to. I wasn't sure. Okay, so for this one, most people, like 16 of us, have answered density of development, number 2. Actually, I'm not really sure. Have you guys seen that in the notes? Because I couldn't find anything, so I wasn't sure about the answer. But I guess if 17 people say it's number 2, good chance for it to be right. Number 2. Next question. Comment design mistake. Yeah, that's it. I think for this one there's like an image in the note. He didn't write anything, but I think he showed the image and talked about it. Everybody should try to vote, huh? That's really important. Even if you're not sure, just vote. Okay, so for this one, most of us have selected number 1, internal bedrooms, which I think is correct. I think they were showing up photos of 2-bedroom apartment and each bedroom didn't have any windows, and the only opening was the front door. So yep, I think the answer is number 1, internal bedrooms. Next, which priority makes the CASB evaluation system used in Japan unusual? Okay, majority of us selected number 2. It measures external environmental load separately from the building performance as Q and L effect. So yeah, and I think it's correct, number 2. So 18 of us have selected number 2. It's like 80%, yeah. Last question. All performance evaluation system for estimating or predicting building sustainability use weight factors such as energy. Okay. Vote. Okay, cool. So for the last question, most people, 16 of us, have selected number 2, regional and local environment priorities, which I think is correct. Okay. Well, thank you guys. I think it was really helpful to know what other people think and what they thought the answer was. So now what I'm gonna try to do is to get a print screen of all the answers so you could actually see, you get a record of what people voted. And maybe tonight we can do the same thing for 2014. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. Yep. Well, that's it. Huh? Do you guys have any question? I'll try to answer if I can. But, thank you. Yep. I'm just gonna stay live a little bit more. What is Lil Maori? What time is the exam? I think it started at 9, no? 9 o'clock. But yeah, just come early, huh? And don't forget your ID. So who would be keen to do the 2014? I think they're about the same question. It's just the way he asks is a bit different. But yeah, I mean it doesn't really take long to do this. It took us like maybe an hour. What are the two materials in the student services building? Is it on this one? Is it 2014? But I think the answer for that question was steel and timber. But yeah, maybe tonight. Wait. Maybe after 9. I'm going out for dinner first. Yeah, but Twitter, I think in that question when he asked, he already talked about concrete and then he asked what's the other two materials. So that's why you say steel and timber. Are you guys all good with the light and acoustics? Because I mean I didn't go over this one because I had to write stuff, and usually for this one most of it is covered in all of the notes. There's maybe some stuff missing like the reverse sensitivity. I think you can Google that and you get an answer for that. But yeah, maybe later tonight we can quickly go over those ones. Because like I said, I'm not sure about my answer. So yeah, I don't want you to just trust me like this. Because I mean I might be wrong, so it's just yeah. What did you guys get for question 2? Question 2. What, the double glazing? I think we choose number D. Letter D. Precast concrete. I think for this one I said that durability and cost efficiency, I think. That's what I put. Yeah, low maintenance cost and high thermal mass. That's what I put. Yeah, that's the thing. It's really hard to get an answer with that type of setup. I can't. Everybody wouldn't type what they answer. So, but yep. Oh, that's it. Nothing else. Who would be keen for tonight? Maybe after 9 o'clock. Or maybe it can be a bit later this afternoon, maybe 5, because I just want to go over my part B and D myself first. So and yeah, because right now I think there was 23 people but I think the more people coming in and doing the voting, it'd be better for everybody. Um, okay, cool. Everybody's keen. Yep. Okay. Do you want to do 2013 as well? Because I mean, they're all pretty much the same. Uh, but I don't mind doing a pool for the 2013 exam as well. So, because how long did it took? It took like an hour or so. Okay. I think in an hour or so I'll tell you maybe when I'm gonna do the next streaming. Okay. I'm gonna close it now. Bye bye.